Hello, and welcome to part 2 of this briefing on adult safeguarding awareness. You should have viewed part 1 before starting this video. In part 1 of this briefing we looked at the different categories of abuse and neglect. Let's move on to safeguarding adults. There are 6 principles that apply to all health and care settings: empowerment, prevention, proportionality, protection, partnership, and accountability. Take a moment to read through each of these. Pause the video if necessary. Safeguarding an adult requires information to be shared between agencies. There are 7 golden rules to information sharing. Firstly, remember that data protection regulations are not a barrier to sharing information. It just provides a framework for it. Secondly, be as open and honest as you can be with the individual or their family, unless it's unsafe or inappropriate to do so. And seek advice from other practitioners if you're unsure about sharing the information, but don't identify the adult if possible. Share information with consent, where possible. However, under data protection regulations, you may share information without consent if, in your judgment, there is a lawful basis to do so, such as where safety may be at risk. And base your decisions on considerations of the safety and well-being of the individual and others who may be affected. Make sure the information you share is necessary for the purpose for which you are sharing it. Is shared only with those individuals who need to have it. Is accurate and up to date. Is shared in a timely fashion. And is shared securely. Remember, information sharing should be necessary, proportionate, relevant, adequate, accurate, timely, and secure. And keep accurate records of what information you have shared, with whom and why. Making safeguarding personal is an approach whereby the individual is consulted throughout the safeguarding process. The outcomes are guided by them. It's an approach where safeguarding is done with the person centrally involved, not a process done without their involvement. What if a person doesn't have the mental capacity to engage in the safeguarding process? For example, someone who has a severe learning disability, a brain injury, or a mental illness. The Mental Capacity Act is designed to protect people who may lack the mental capacity to make their own decisions about their care and treatment. There are 5 principles of the Mental Capacity Act. Firstly, a person must be assumed to have capacity, unless it is established that this is not the case. Also, a person is not to be treated as unable to make a decision, unless all practicable steps to help them to do so have been taken without success. And a person is not to be treated as unable to make a decision merely because he, or she, makes an unwise decision. Any decisions made, or actions taken, on behalf of a person, must be in their best interests. And the 5th principle is that any action or decision must be the least restrictive of the person's rights and freedom. Registered health and social care providers are under a duty of candor, that is, that they are to be open and transparent with people who use services. So if something goes wrong with their care or treatment, they must inform people of the incident, provide reasonable support and truthful information, and apologize when things go wrong. So what should you do if you suspect an adult is at risk of abuse or neglect? You need to report it at once to Rochdale Adult Care. The contact details are on the screen. If you feel an adult is in immediate danger, please contact the police on 999. To report abuse or neglect of a child, report it to Rochdale Children's Social Care. Their details are on the screen. Where a crime has been committed, the police will lead the investigation. It's important that your record keeping of the incident is comprehensive and up to date. Here is a reminder of those phone numbers. Remember, there's lots more safeguarding information, including the multi-agency policies and procedures, guidance documents, and links to free training, on the Safeguarding Board's website, www.rochdalesafeguarding.com. That's the end of this video briefing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out the other video briefings and training information on our website.